Monday in Outrageous Outdoor Alf.
You didn't bring the VCR?
It's campy comedy.
Yikes!
With creature comforts.
Cheese whiz, meat whiz.
We need something from each of the major whiz groups.
Monday.
Oh, flippin' heck. Someone turned out the lights. Oh, hello there, listeners, and welcome wherever you are to ALFsplaining, the slightly spooky, episode-by-episode look back at the American sitcom ALF with me, Ben Baker.
And me, John Matthews.
Oh, you give me a fright there, John.
Sorry about that.
It was your ghostly pallor. I mean, that's why this is an audio format, basically. If people could see us constantly as we weave the insides and outsides of Alf, then
I tell you what, you're my ghostly pal,
but Mike Ghostly Pal,
Mike Ghostly Pal,
double-barreled name that I'll be using when I'm finally elected to the House of Lords for my excellent work explaining Alf.
I don't wish to cast aspersions on us here, but it seems already we've forgotten how to do this.
But do you not think they'll give people lordships for discussing Alf?
They've given them for less. And, when we cash in that lovely Patreon money, well, we'll be able to buy our own lordship, won't we?
Oh, that is true, actually, yeah. I imagine they're going for something like $3.50, $3.75, something like that.
£4, I think.
Up to $4, yeah, I'll go as far as that, no further. You know, it's not worth it that much. I mean, it's not like we're, talking about the Beatles or something that people actually enjoy.
The Beatles?
The Beatles. We should do Beatlesplaining next and just do every episode of Beatles about in just unnecessary close detail.
We'll call it the Big Beatles Sort Out.
That's it. That's the one. We're having that. That's original, trademarked. No one can have that. But for now, we'll have to talk about Alf, and we're going to discuss an episode that first went out in America on March 27th, 1989, and was called, like my earliest nonsense about the darkness and everything, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
That's why you said all that. Right.
It was a setup. Yeah. It was a setup, yeah. No, it's daylight. It's like about 2:30 when we recorded this, so it's not dark.
It was very good. It was very good. I think you weaved the emotion and the ambience of the piece quite well.
I've asked you not to mention my weave on air, but well, are you? Yes, this is Don't Afraid, Be of the Dark.
Don't be dark.
No, don't say that. That'll get us into trouble. Don't be afraid, Dark Be. Unless he's German, in which case I imagine it'll make slightly more sense than the waffle that's just come out of my mouth.
Well, this is quite interesting, actually. It's in German. It's called Bangermachen gilt nicht. That's Bangermachen gilt nicht, which directly translated means fear-mongering is not allowed at night. If you turn Bangermachen into 2 words, it means making people anxious is forbidden at night. So it sort of is the same in German as it is in English. I haven't quite got to the bottom of it yet.
I mean, if anyone's making anyone anxious, it's Alf on the on Willy, certainly. That is brilliant. That is a proper use of language, that, isn't it?
Mm.
I don't even know what, because these are all after titles, aren't they, off of pop songs, but I'm not quite sure who did Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
I was always singing, what's the thing, during the Pacemakers, When You Walk Through a Storm.
Oh, yeah, Things That Go Bump in the Night by All Stars, that's it.
That's the fellow, yeah. I've put up the Alf Wiki just to we can confirm where this title comes from. It's a song recorded by the Robert Cray Band.
Oh. I got nothing. I got nothing there. Sorry, I've never heard of the Robert Cray Band, but
no.
I do know his brothers Reddy and Rodgy. Jesus Christ! Oh, this is what can I describe as a shot show. This program. I tell you anyway, the ratings for this was 17.1 million, which put it 20th for the week it aired between the sitcom Anything But Love and the NBC Sunday Movie, which when I looked into it, was only the flipping pilot of Quantum Leap.
No way.
It was, yeah.
Well, that's good company to be in then, quite frankly.
Sunday. Leap into the most unusual adventure of the season. Get ready for the ride of your life. Quantum Leap Sunday.
Interestingly, number one for this week in 1989 was the Oscars, the 61st Academy Awards.
Right.
And Rain Man won the Best Picture. But it's notable for a controversial opening number. And I've tried to rewrite this in my own words, and I couldn't. The Wikipedia I need to read what he says. In an effort to showcase more glamour and showmanship in the ceremony, producer Alan Carr, not that one, hired playwright Steve Silver to produce an opening number inspired by long-running musical revue Beach Blanket Babylon.
Okay.
This segment consists of an elaborate stage show centered around Eileen Bowman, dressed as Snow White, who comes to Hollywood and is entranced by its glamour. And it features dancers in giant elaborate hats.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
While singer and television producer Merv Griffin sang a rendition of the song I've Got a Lovely Bunch of Coconuts, of which he had a hit recording in 1949. Bowman and actor Rob Lowe then sang a reworked version of Creedence Clearwater Revival's Proud Mary,
Right.
with lyrics to refer to the film industry. And it is this song that the act is infamously remembered.
Oh, Mr. Lowe, I'm such a fan.
Really? Well, I'm a big fan of yours, Snow, but you know, there's so much I'd like to know about you.
Used to work a lot for Walt Disney, starring in cartoons every night and day.
But you said goodbye to Grumpy and Sleepy, left the dwarves behind, came to town to stay.
Lights keep on burning, cameras keep on turning. Ooh, rolling, rolling, keep the cameras rolling.
That sounds comparatively fabulous compared to the Oscars that I've seen recently.
I don't know if there are any awards for the director of this, which was Nick Havinger.
Well, there should be.
Or the writer, Alicia Marie Stutt, who wrote two of season 2, the beauty pageant one and the Willie Moves to San Diego for Work one.
Yeah, the Lynn pageant one, I thought back without doing too much research into our past, and that I didn't remember that being very good. And the Willie in San Diego one was the one where he went to San Diego for 2 days, caused chaos, sacked someone, and then decided he couldn't be bothered to carry on and came home again and got his old job back.
Yeah, I don't recall either of them being great.
No.
Let's see how we get on here. And for a mad, crazy agent of chaos like Alf, it's amazing how many of these Series 3 episodes start with him just gently doing something quietly, often involving a book. In this case, he's trying to learn how to do a slip knot, with what Willie inquires about, his good string.
Yes. I assume you were all set with your pen to write down, Willie's got a good string, what an idiot. And then Alf prefaces that, that himself by pointing out that any man with good string needs to get out more.
Yeah.
So the thing is, we can add this to the things that Willie's got good versions of, like his hose and his belt.
Although he's more concerned at this point with getting Brian off to Scouts. Although it's not the sex offender enticing Scout like the British ones, because he's wearing a completely different sort of outfit, isn't he? But how would you describe what Brian is wearing?
It's like a secret religious organisation, but with kind of like a baseball cap.
Yeah, so a white button-up shirt, long-sleeve black shirt, and the jacket of one of those car park attendees from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and a black cap. It's bizarre. He does look like he's about to go and offer to park people's cars for money.
Yeah, but there's no such thing as Badger Scouts in America, is there? Badger Scouts are British.
Yeah, it's Eagle Scouts and all that sort of thing. But you know what? There's one thing I did not actually look up. Get to the internet immediately, John Matthews, if not sooner, and type in Badger Scouts and minus I don't want to be on any registers.
I've typed in Badger Scouts. I've not even put speech marks around it. And the second entry is for the Alf Wiki. So badgers are, the first one is for scouts.org.uk, the badgers. 14 to 18 years.
Okay.
I don't even know if that's true or not.
I was not in the Scouts. Were you in the Scouts?
I was in the Cubs, but I got bored of it and I kept missing Top of the Pops, so I just quit.
Fair. No, right, you've got to have your priorities.
I didn't like it. I do remember we went camping once and I got very homesick and came home on the first night. I was so upset. So I understand Brian's pain with this storyline that is about to reveal itself in front of us.
Yeah, absolutely. But not before some wonderfully snarky back and forth with Alf and Willie, very much the old married couple.
You were a Badger Scout? I mean, you went outside and everything?
There has been more to my life than going to work, you know.
I know. You also take off your glasses and rub your nose a lot.
I was a Badger Scout for 4 years. I earned 11 badges, and I received an award in fire prevention, which has proven far more useful than I ever would have dreamed possible.
So yes, Willie's very proud of his Badger Scout training, which again seems to come from nowhere, because it's all about being sort of rugged and outdoorsy, and it's not what Willie is at all, is it?
I did wonder if that little speech about how useful his award in fire prevention has been over the years was an early Top Willie. It was a beautifully delivered line in that sort of strange Max Wright monotone.
And luckily, his Badger Scout trainer will come in handy as Alf has tied his car keys to the tablecloth.
Hooray!
And scene. After the credits, a vision of lime green and denim awaits us, post-titles, as Kate sits at the living room table with Alf, who feels he would be much better at looking after the imminent baby than any daycare centre. And I don't know about you, but I definitely thought there was a different series in the misadventures of Alf and the baby. I mean, he'll probably leave it in a fridge or something by episode 2, but still, I think it'd be worth seeing.
The subtext from the scene was that Kate and Willie definitely think Alf will kill the baby. And it's just easier to pay for childcare than to teach Alf not to kill babies.
I feel he should know about it.
I think he should, but I don't think he does.
He'll leave it out in a bin or something by accident. It's just, you know what he's like.
I know what he's like.
And we also know what Lynn's like, who she enters now, deciding upon her college courses, because apparently that's a thing. But
yeah, this is
what is occurring.
This B plot that made itself apparent at this point in time. My heart sank at this point.
I feel B is far too high up in the alphabet for what this plot is. I mean, Alf suggests ditching college and just entering into the fast-paced world of medical and dental assistantry. Yeah, which felt like an ad slogan, but I couldn't find it anywhere on the internet.
No.
At this point, Willie returns home with Brian and his mid-latrine story.
Oh, yes. Yes. Willie comes in talking about sometime he got skunked and dug a latrine. Brilliant stuff. Great stuff. Memories.
This is all because he's very excited to announce Brian's first overnight camp out.
Brian here is going to go on his first overnight next Saturday.
Oh, that's great, Bri.
Yeah, real great. Now we have to listen to a week of the adventures of Willie Crockett, king of the wild front lawn.
Well, it's obvious you've never experienced the joys of roughing it.
So sue me. I'm a couch alien.
Brian's gonna love communing with nature. I know I did. Falling asleep under the stars, the cool ground beneath you, warming your hands by an open fire.
What were you, a Badger Scout or a wino?
Must you disparage everything I do?
Yes. Next question.
I love Willie Crockett, king of the wild front lawn. I think that might be line of this episode for me.
I mean, that is such a good gag in it. That is brilliant. Loved it.
To think the delivery of, well, it's obvious you've never experienced the joys of roughing it. That might be my top Willie for this episode. Again, it's like, who is this man? Who looks like Max Wright but has snuck into Willie Tanner's body? A change of scene to the rarely seen Brian's room follows.
Never seen, I don't think.
It's not what I expected.
Yeah, as I like to look at the backgrounds of these things, see if we can get any nuggets. I did note pennants, some indistinguishable space art, a cheap plastic robot.
Excuse me. I wrote cool silver robot. Thank you very much.
Well, that's the difference between you and me.
It is.
Some kind of dinosaur hanging from the wall, a suit jacket hanging on the door, and what appears to be a nurse's uniform.
It's a tiny skeleton as well, and what looks to be sort of like a notice board in the background is like for all of his valuable things that Brian's got going on in his life.
He's got it going on. He's got it going on as Brian.
Yeah, so Alf runs Brian through his camping necessities as he realises that Brian doesn't actually want to go on the trip, and he asks if Alf can keep a secret. And again, this might be line of the episode as well. No, but there's a first time for everything.
Excellent.
Brilliant stuff. As he's telling Alf about his fears of the dark and other kids picking on him and stuff, Jake, the neighbour kid, just appears at the door like a vision in turquoise.
I definitely had the same shirt as Jake did back in the 80s.
It is very much of the era, but yeah, Alf immediately gives up Brian's secret to him.
Yeah.
It's good. And I don't know, when Jake and Brian are in the same scene, there's always a weird energy like the show is in danger of becoming something else. Kiddier.
I like how Brian isn't afraid of Jake anymore. Jake's trying to scare Brian with his spooky ghost stories, the first one of which is about a scout troop that camped in Central Park and were never heard from again. Whether they were murdered or this is just a light-hearted joke about a group of children who were sex trafficked, I don't know. But
hey, it's possible. It's possible. I never thought about that. I just went to murder.
The point is, Jake got right in Brian's face doing this, and Brian didn't flinch at all. So they're obviously they've got this brother relationship going on now.
Yeah, which is really weird because as we're going to learn, there's not much more Jake left in this series.
No disappoint.
So yeah, Alf says, Brian, the only thing you have to fear is fear itself. Or a very Brady anything.
Which?
If it hadn't been yours, it would have been mine.
Is it both of our pop culture references of the week?
I'm afraid it is. I'm afraid it is my most impenetrable pop culture reference
of the
week.
The only thing I was interested about this, because he said, or a very Brady anything, and, a very Brady XXX is like a shorthand for, a sort of a lowbrow
spin-off kind of,
cashing spin-off. Yeah. And yet, at that point in time, there'd only actually been one, a very Brady Christmas from 1988. So Alf himself has sort of predicted a very Brady XXX meme motif before it even happened.
Yeah, it's like he should have said, like, this is like Brady on speed. That sort of thing. It's that, yeah. But I thought I looked up, A Very Brady Christmas was quite popular in 1988 and got extra points for not being Alf's special Christmas. Apparently Alf's fellow NBC sitcom Day by Day had featured a Very Brady episode 6 weeks before this aired.
Oh, really?
And it's possible they might have been miffed, the Alf crew, because it basically uses exactly the same premise as the Gilligan's Island Alf, where a character falls asleep and wakes up in the show's reality.
I see.
I don't know. An interesting side note to me, anyway, and this is my podcast, so quite frankly, I'm allowed.
Let's see, shall we?
Day by Day, the sitcom in question, would be cancelled that summer, and co-creator Andy Borowitz's next series, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, would debut on Mondays at 8 p.m. in September 1990, taking the place of, you've guessed it, Alf.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, see if it'd been more popular. Who knows?
Who was in Day by Day? Which one was that?
Oh, no. It was... that's right. It's got Julia Louis-Dreyfus in it.
Oh, okay.
Thora Birch is in it. A very young Thora Birch, who also went on to be briefly quite well known. But it's basically about a stockbroker and a lawyer who decide to not be those anymore and settle down to be parents.
But... If we can just tie up A Very Brady anything, there was a Very Brady sequel, which was the second movie in the 90s. There was a Very Brady musical in 2008, which was written by Lawrence Juba, the man who replaced Jimmy McCulloch in Wings from 1978 to 81.
Oh.
And there was a Very Brady renovation in 2019, an American reality television miniseries showcasing the renovation of the Studio City, California house that was used for many of the exterior shots of the Brady Bunch.
Okay. But yes, that is Brady's weirdly sort of outlast Alf, but also in the same sort of... you can imagine them being in the same sort of like nostalgia bucket for people.
Oh, I'd love a nostalgia bucket right now.
So, to prove that camping is not scary, Alf suggests that they camp in the backyard to a disinterested Brian and Jake. Yeah. The latter only swayed basically by being told it'd be right outside Lynn's window.
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you write down what Jake says at this point when he's like, he's convinced because of the Lynn thing?
No, but he said something like, "What do you want me to bring?" but said it in a really odd syntax.
What do you want I should bring?
That was it, yeah.
Yeah, apparently new to language. The next morning, Kate and Willie discuss Brian's newfound interest in camping, which Willie puts down to the tenor zest for adventure, as they pack food and cola into a cool box. And at this point, Lynn comes in and reminds us that there's this other plot going on about it's basically this scene. I'm going to put the clip in because why not? But this is basically what this program would be without Alf.
Well, we had a saying in college: those who can do, and those who can't major in art history.
I majored in art history.
You were the exception, dear. We never laughed at you.
I suppose that studying mankind's greatest artistic achievements wasn't nearly as interesting as drawing population pie charts like you social science majors.
I never drew a pie chart in my life. Oh, okay. Once I drew a pie chart, and you know what? It wasn't bad.
That's basically that scene. He doesn't appear for any of that scene, Alf. He's not in there at all.
I realised I didn't really understand American college life. You know, the tiers of American universities and stuff like that. Yeah. So I started to look into it, and I still don't understand it. So
and there was tiers.
My initial note that I wrote about this, which was Lynn is still waffling about, boring everybody senseless with their college picks. It still stands.
Yeah. Again, no Alf.
But obviously, Lynn is flip flopping between following her father and mother in her career. We've learned that Kate majored in art history, which I seem to recall Trevor Rockmonnock did as well, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I believe that did come out of an earlier episode, yeah.
So, you know, they've got so much in common.
Are you saying basically that Willie is the eternal cuckold, and when Alf went, she just shacked up with Trevor?
It seems to be the case. I mean, they're looking down their noses at Rockmonnocks all the time, but you know, Trevor majored in art history. Raquel's always round helping them out when they're on their uppers. Mm-hmm. You know, it's they're lovely people.
They are, and I'm sure if they accidentally get into the wrong beds one night, you know,
we'll say no more about it.
Willie would be too polite not to make passionate love to Mrs. Rockmonnock. It's just, he wouldn't. He couldn't not, could he? He's a good neighbour.
He is.
Hello, I'm Willie Tanner from the city. So, what I assume is later that night, the boys, Jake, who's in a hoodie, Brian, who's in a bleached denim jacket.
Oh, a vision and acid wash.
Alf is in a muscle man sweatshirt.
Because of course it is.
Yeah, they gather under canvas to initially go through what the alien has brought out as essentials, and you'll never guess, but all the things are not very essential, because we've already done this joke when he had to move out and took the TV and stuff. But yes, this time, what has he brought?
He's brought the Wilderness Trilogy on VHS. Meatballs, The Great Outdoors, and Ernest Goes to Camp.
I mean they are all relevant to the situation of camping, I guess, but they don't actually have a video player with them, do they? So
no. And he brought a blender with him, or should I say, Bendler.
That's a fun
but
joke.
Jake had a strict no frappers policy.
I like the fact he also brought several whiz-based snack food toppings.
Cheese whiz, meat whiz, and fish whiz. And I did look into this to see if those were real things. I assumed, knowing America, they would be, but it seems not.
Cheese whizzes?
Cheese whizzes. Oh, yeah, sorry. Cheese whiz, obviously, we all know cheese whiz.
Fish whiz.
Well, fish whiz, you can get something called kalles from Sweden, which is fish paste in a tube.
Of course.
That was the closest I got to that. And I suppose meat whiz would just be sort of any old processed meat in an easy-to-open container. Yeah. Cheese whiz, this could be another pop culture reference. Who cares? Cheese whiz is a brand of processed cheese sauce and spread produced by Kraft Foods, developed by a team led by food scientist Edward Treisman from 1915 to 2007. First sold in 1952, with some changes in formulation, continues to be in production today. Now, this is the interesting bit. Dean Southworth, who was part of the original team that developed Cheese Whiz in the 1950s, described a jar he sampled in 2001 as tasting like axle grease.
God.
Your weekly Cheese Whiz update, ladies and gentlemen.
Because the thing with Cheese Whiz is that it's only something I normally see in films or television. It's usually someone being a pig and like squirting it directly into the mouth, isn't it? It's like something low rent.
Yeah.
Yes, Alf is not one for roughing it, despite this being his idea. And indoors, we get perhaps the most extraordinary image in a series packed with extraordinary images, as Willie has lugged a not especially portable-looking record player over to the couch and is loudly shouting and conducting along to a classical record, lost in his headphones.
I wanted to try and work out what he was listening to, and the subtitles on the DVD did say he was singing Freundler. That's Freundler, which apparently is German for friendly. Apart from that, we are at a loss.
Yeah, well, I mean, he don't get much chance to enjoy it anyway, as Lynn comes in once again with another college major idea. And once again, there is no Alf. Just Willie going on for about a minute about how hard it is, because she wants to be a social worker this time. She tried the Kate's thing, got laughed out, so she wants to be a social worker. Like Willie, and Willie just goes, it's very hard.
She's seen 2 jobs and she's decided she'll try both of them. She's not very imaginative.
She's only heard of 2 jobs.
Yeah. Willie's talking about, being a social worker, and he goes, you won't get rich, he says as he gestures to his $2 million house around him.
Outside, Jake has got back to telling his terrible ghost stories around the campfire. And it's impressive, we always say this, but how integrated Alf is into the scene, because his legs are sticking out of a blanket. But he's just like a regular actor. It's just like 3 actors are positioned around this campfire, and it just looks really good.
It's great.
And he, of course, is terrified of the ghost stories. Yeah. Brian isn't. He's not bothered at all. And one of the ways that Alf tries to stop the ghost stories is by singing a jolly rendition of Michael, Row Your Boat Ashore.
I love that.
It's lovely.
Now all the Baptists.
And Jake's story about a haunted taxi gets a bit more intense. And I hope you can find a screen grab of this, but there was one point he's got the torch under his face and he's doing this scary... He looked just like Griff Rhys-Jones.
Really? Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. It might just have been me, but at the climax of this story, Alf runs inside, feared for his life, followed by Jake, leading to Willie to quietly mutter to himself, exactly when did I lose control? And it's like, you've never had control, Willie.
When Alf's fear of the ghost taxi story and him running into the house, one particular audience member, or taped audience member, finds this really hilarious. There's one particular tape man that really found it very funny that Alf was being scared by a ghost taxi.
Yikes, 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 yikes! Taxi! Taxi! Taxi!
It's very slight, all of this, as you can imagine. So Alf hides under his sheets in the attic before Jake comes in to give him a pep talk, who lures him back downstairs with a suggestion that there might be some stray cats.
Which we know that Alf knows already, because we know he leaves sources of milk out for them overnight.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I'm just keeping the continuity going. I'm tying it all together.
I mean, to be fair, he's fair licking wherever his lips would go. And Willie pops in at this point, see what the matter is.
Willie pops in.
Well, you know what? If there was some penetration at this point, it would be more interesting what does happen, which is nothing. It is literally just extending the episode by 45 seconds with nothing. There's no jokes. Willie walks in, they explain the situation, and then leave.
And even then, they go out to the tent, and I wasn't paying attention to the time here. But I half assumed to find out that Brian had been kidnapped or something. That was what I expected when they got out. But no, he'd just fallen asleep. Even that was a bit of a letdown.
Well, we say he's fallen asleep, but we don't actually see him. They look in the tent and go, he's asleep. So they must have sent Benji Gregory home, because we don't see him again for the entirety of this episode.
He'd worked his allotted 40 minutes this week.
Yeah. And Alf has to be persuaded by Jake to join him in the tent. And so he zips him up tight and they settle down for some kip. But what's that sound? Why, it's some cats. And Alf is too zipped in to go and devour their bones for sustenance.
What a mistake to make.
And that is again, the whole Alf and cats thing is obviously a common trope that everybody knows. If you know anything about Alf, it's that, isn't it? That's one of the main takeaways from it.
It's like it's become their hit hook line in a song without really expecting it. Obviously, it was going to be a kind of a funny joke, but everybody latched onto it in a way that nobody really quite expected.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time we saw Lucky, the Tanner's Horn cat.
No, we've not seen it this season, have we? Definitely
no. But then they've just gone, he's as long as he eats other people's cats, it's fine. Probably. So we always get a tag-on scene at the end, and I presume it's the morning after. It's really hard to tell. I thought this was going to have some follow-on, but it doesn't really. Yeah, you know what time's like in the ALF universe. Proving he's not such a bad bloke, Willie apologises for earlier making fun of Kate's art history major, which obviously Lynn was considering herself, and he's bought a book about the evolution of art from primitive cave drawings to the Wizard of Id. Do you remember the Wizard of Id? I think he's still going. I think it's still a thing, but
doesn't really ring any bells.
It's a daily comic strip. It's a newspaper strip. It's one of those things I've definitely seen it. I don't know. It wasn't in a paper that my parents read.
It sounds very droll and wry.
It's not George and Lynn, to put it that way. And Lynn comes in again because we have to just... It's like we need a B plot here, but the A plot is scarcely enough. And so Lynn has decided her major will be... She's not going to have one.
Doesn't have to. She's not going to bother.
Because education and things... I don't know. I get that you have to have so many courses, you know, or what have you, to accreditation to get like a degree at the end of it, but I don't. It's like Community, the sitcom. I absolutely love that series.
One of the greats.
But they're always switching about trying to get more course credits and something else. It's like, I don't really understand how this is working.
No, I can't remember if it was something she said or the sweatshirt she was wearing, but we have learnt at this moment that she's going to the California State University in Northridge.
Which I assume is the local one.
It's not far, it seems. It's north of the Beverly Hills. You know, the Hollywood Hills.
Yeah, up there. They're all hill-shaped.
I assume it's in the same area as where the Tanner's house is supposed to be, you know, not far, the other end of the freeway from Oxnard.
But that, again, that was a big plot point at one point, where she's going to go and they don't have any money because of Alf, and then they've just decided, well, we're still going to have any money because of Alf, so you're going local.
Yeah, that was a thing that Willie said, wasn't he? He said, the kids will inherit Alf, it's their problem. And you think, yes, you know what, they will. In sort of 60 years' time, Alf will still be pretty much the same age. What will they do with him? What would they do if they all died? What would happen to Alf?
See, we just go next door. I don't know. It's a fair question, and unfortunately, we don't have time for that, as we've just got room for Alf to shout for Willie to help him with his nuts. Sorry, he's not nuts.
Oh, that makes more sense.
You remember earlier he was doing knots. He's done them again, and he emerges covered in knots, but can't go any further without moving the piano.
For some reason, I don't know.
I found this episode very hard work.
Yeah, me too. Despite the King of the Wild Front Lawn gag, it was no picnic.
No, there are some really good gags. There is never an episode without a funny line, but you get the impression that those funny lines were sort of on-set kind of additions or what have you, because, not great. And, you know, when it comes to the MVP, which is who was the best character in the thing, I mean, I went with Willie just for kind of retaining his humour, if only to himself. But, you know, there's not a standout in this. Everyone sort of comes in and does a few bits here and there, and then it ends.
I enjoyed Jake's bits.
Why?
No, not like that.
He's a teen nuts boy. Clip that out.
What?
I'm just telling the producers behind the screen to clip that out to blackmail you at future.
Right. No, yeah. What was I saying?
You said, yeah, I like boys' balls. I drifted off. That's what this episode will do to you.
Look, I'm giving it to Jake.
Yes, please do. Again and again and again. But yeah, as you say, it's weird that Jake has, I think, one episode left.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So he deserves an accolade.
And in fact, it's the next episode that we'll be looking at here on ALFsplaining. So, as ever, thank you for your ears, minds, and not going to the authorities at any point. And if you want more of this, of course you do. Why wouldn't you? Me and him, that's him over there, John Matthews, off of ALFsplaining. We do this Patreon thing where basically at least once a month we put something up, some interesting thing from ALF adjacent pop culture. And I enjoy those. There are a lot of research and stuff, which is why they're on the Patreon. But I believe people have said they are top notch.
There's a lot of video content there as well, because we looked at something like the public service cartoon that the older cartoon critters did recently. People like the Muppet Babies and Alf and such like. And so we had clips of the. We had the whole thing, didn't we? We played the whole thing and sort of commented upon it. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot more visual interaction going on there on the old Patreon.
So get on there, and that can be found at?
That can be found at patreon.com/ALFsplainingExtra.
It certainly can. If you just want free content, please do follow our other socials as well, at ALFsplaining, where John's made lots of nice little videos and clips and stuff like that. So it's all fun. Tell your pals that the joy of ALF is there to be grasped with both hands.
Please do, yeah. The Bring Back ALF account on Instagram has 27,000 followers or something. So there's definitely ALF fans out there. Please send them to us.
And so until next time we meet, I've been Ben Baker.
I've been John Matthews.
And I am getting out of this tent because I am too intense. Intense.
Intense, you say?
Tense.
Tense. Intense. You're intense.
Tense.
You're tense. You're tense. You're too tense.
It's just one, really. Just one. Bye.
Dad? Oh! Sorry.
Scared me.
Sorry.